Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. So I wanted to make another video real quick about the major combat trophies and a safe spot that I found for Baines. There's a couple safe spots, but I'm going to go over the one that's easiest to replicate and that I've used occasionally. I spent about a day kiting this guy around and trying to solo him, and I just noticed that there's some spots where he won't attack you back. So if you're if you're a solo player or you don't or all your friends are not playing New World anymore and you're playing, then you can make use of this. And even in larger groups, this is worth doing, although it can be more difficult because it depends on you being able to maintain aggro throughout the entire fight. But it's still more efficient to use this spot than it is to just fight him regularly because with this spot, he will not use, he has like a smashing attack where he hits the ground and for a portion of it he becomes untargetable. So this allows you to really speed up kills. However, I would say if you're just coming up here to solo this guy and do this, as far as a gold per hour, uh, as far as gold per hour goes, it's not really good to do because he just drops the glowing sap, and even if that's maybe 50k or something on your server, it's dropped at a rate of 1 in 400. So, and this guy has about, I think it's close to 900,000 HP, so it's not really an effective use of time, but it can still be fun to do if you're just bored and want to give it a try. So the other thing I wanted to go over is the drop rates and the respawn timers for all these bosses that drop the major combat trophy pieces. The first one is Baines, and he's right there. I believe he respawns about once every 90 seconds, and he drops the glowing sap at a rate of 1 in 400, which is the major Angry Earth combat artifact. The next one is Mordecai the Morticianer. He's located right here in Ebonscale. He respawns, I believe it's once every 90 seconds as well, and his drop rate for the Ephemeral seal is about 1 in 615. So it does take, that one is more rare than this one, but due to Banes being so much more difficult to kill, I'd say they're about equally difficult to obtain. The next one, which I've actually obtained before, I've gotten the glowing sap recently, and then I got the corrupted totem about 9 months ago when I was playing a lot. And that is dropped from Pit Lord Daehi. He is located, where is it? I think it's right about here uh, in Shattered Mountain, and he has a respawn timer of once every 6 minutes. The drop rate for the Corrupted Totem is 1 in 308. So while that one is a lower drop rate, and he is pretty easy to solo, it's the respawn timer makes it much more difficult to get. So the final one that is kind of sought after, I'm pretty sure there are maybe one or two more, but they're super cheap and don't really have much use yet. But the last one is uh, this guy is called the Surgeon, and this is probably the most difficult to obtain. He drops the Ancient Mandible at a rate of 1 in 932. And the thing that makes this guy so frustrating is not only the drop rate, but his respawn timer is 6 minutes as well. So while he is extremely easy to solo, uh, the respawn timer being 6 minutes makes it really difficult. Something you can do on this with this guy, especially if you're on a smaller server, is after you kill him, you can run out of this like kind of shaded zone. Like I usually go up on a little rock up here, and as long as no one runs through on a chest run, which unfortunately people are nonstop on my server, so I can't really do this. But if no one runs through, then he'll respawn in 2 minutes. But if people are running through, the timer will be reset and it caps out at 6 minutes. So it takes a really long time to get that ancient mandible from him. But yeah, so I think that was all of them. The Surgeon, Ancient Mandible, 1 in 932. Mordecai, 1 in 615. Pit Lord Daehi, 1 in 308. And Baines, 1 in 400. So This guy is definitely the most difficult to kill out of all of them. And for this method, you want to stand right here. It's a pretty small window, but if you try it a couple times, you probably won't have any issues. A couple of the things that'll cause you problems are, actually let me kill these real quick. Most of the time, if you're up on this ledge right here that I just ran down on, it'll aggro all these guys and that'll cause you some issues. But if you're in a group of 5 or something, you'll just want to make sure no one's standing up here because it'll pull aggro on the guys from back here and then they'll come cause you issues. And then some of the main things for this method, I have this for when I do it. It's a bow with hated, and that's really important because in order for this to work, you need to keep aggro throughout the entire fight. And then I also use the Angry Earth trophies and the coding. So basically what you'll do is you'll stand here and the main things that'll cause you issues are if you move from this location at all or if you lose aggro. If either of those things happen, so if someone runs up here and pulls a bunch of mobs while like you and a group of 5 are fighting it, and then one of those mobs or one of those NPCs staggers you and causes you to move, then it'll mess up the save spot. But as long as you keep aggro and are in this spot, people should be able to hit it freely and it won't cause any problems. But what you'll do is you'll stand right here, you'll auto it, and ideally you don't want anyone else to hit it during this time period. He'll look at you and then he'll run, and he'll do that. And as long as you maintain aggro, as many people, there could be 100 people hitting it here, and he would just stand like this. So you can solo it like this, as long as you never move or none of the other NPCs get aggression on you. But I'd say it's really not worth it. It just takes far too long. If you were going to do it like this, I would recommend maybe using a fire staff with flamethrower. But even then, I believe kills are close to 8 minutes and it's probably not worth it. But yeah, if you just have maybe 1 or 2 friends or something that you want to do this with, you want to farm this guy for the glowing sap, then this is probably the best way to do it, because any other way, the kills will probably take like 3 or 4 times as long due to his mechanic where he smashes the ground and becomes untargetable. But yeah, I think that's about it. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments and I'll do my best to answer. Thanks and have a good one.